Welcome back, everybody. We're continuing with this newer audio technique for the moment. This newer audio technique where we slap a webcam underneath my chin here. It seems to cut down on all of the popping and clipping and everything. So we're gonna stick to it until that microphone shows up. I have ordered a proper microphone, pre-ordered from Sweetwater. So we'll see what happens when we get that. But for the time being, I think this will do. There's a bit of beard noise, and I mean that's unfortunate and probably kind of annoying. But I think it's better than like the cracking and popping that happens with the microphone on my headset, which is constantly getting capped out. It's just insensitive and too sensitive at the same time. Cause like I mean that with that thing, if you move it like half a millimeter away from your mouth, it doesn't pick up on shit anymore in Audacity. But then you move it that half a millimeter back, and like it picks up everything so, I guess, loudly that it's just clipping all day long. So it's like it's a real hassle trying to work with that. So we're gonna be doing this for a little bit, but yeah. Anyhow, today we're talking about 7 Days to Die. This is a game that's been in alpha for like 7 years, and shockingly still has not died. And you know what? Kudos to the guys. I've been playing this game for years on and off, and they've really gone leaps and bounds from when I was last active. I've been playing it a bit recently with a friend. I'm admittedly using a fairly well-established save file. But like, yeah. So the gist is that like, it's like how do you describe what kind of game this is? You build a base out of blocks, kind of like Minecraft in a way. And there's also zombies. I mean, there's zombies in Minecraft, but I'm talking like actual like kind of spooky zombies, not just like doofy little Minecraft zombies. And so that's a thing. And by default, every 7 days, there's a horde that attacks you. And the whole thing is, the whole premise of the game is that you are building up a base to survive ever increasingly difficult hordes. The hordes just get harder and harder, but as time goes on, and as the game stage increases. Now, the game stage will increase based on level and I think a few other factors, but I don't fully understand how game stage works, and I feel like they may be making making alterations rather to it, and over time and stuff to like help tweak it and balance it and stuff. But we're in the Alpha 19 stable build for this. I know they just put a new experimental build out, and I was thinking about trying that out, but I think we're going to stick with stable so that we don't have any weird issues for the sake of this particular video. But apparently the new unstable adds 2 more slots to your tool belt and updated the visuals of a few of the zombies. And I gotta tell you, like, just let's talk about the graphics. The character model for your player has stayed the same since like probably the dawn of time. Honestly, it's so overdue for an update. But some of these zombies are starting to look real good. Like they're doing good work. Like the old zombies were not all that. I mean, they could be spooky, sure, but like they were kind of goofy. Some of them. But a lot of them are actually kind of starting to look pretty spooky, if you will. So they're doing good work here. They're actually improving the game. They've added a lot of things since my last activity. So after or before my recently active gameplay of this game, the last time I played it was like Alpha 13, and there was like a mini bike as a vehicle, and when you would go, that thing would stay completely level no matter what. Like if you're going up a hill, you're going up a hill on just your front wheel. If you're going downhill, you're going downhill on just your front wheel. There's no forward or backward sway. There's no lean to any of the turning or anything. It was very bare bones, but it worked, you know. And it was the way it was constructed was a little different. Like you had to construct each individual piece by itself, and that was honestly, I thought that was kind of cool personally, doing it that way, because like you build the frame and you put the frame down, and you can slap some wheels on there, you know, and then you slap a motor and a battery on there, and then you got to build the handlebars, and you got to build the seat, and you slap those on there, and now you've got a functioning mini bike. And if you happen to find a grocery basket out somewhere, you can have an inventory on the mini bike. That way, while you're out looting, you can go ahead and store some shit right there on the bicycle, or the mini bike rather, and just call it a day. They've definitely simplified the crafting of vehicles in that regard, and there's nothing wrong with the way that it's done now, but like I kind of liked the immersion that comes into placing down the frame of your vehicle and assembling things from there. Whereas now it's like, alright, I want to build a 4x4 truck. Let me construct it on my workbench so that I can take it off of my workbench, put it in my pocket, and then go set it down somewhere. So, and the fact that you can just pick your car up it's very video gamey, but, you know, sometimes it's necessary. The game still has issues that show up, so, like, every once in a while you'll get stuck in some bullshit, and you'll need to pick up your car. Or just abandon your vehicle and leave it there forever. The world may never know. But they've done a good job of improving on that aspect. They've taken out some of the base defenses I was used to back then, which is unfortunate because there was like barbed wire that you could actually put on your walls. That was cool. It was nice to have that as like a layer around your walls to keep the spider zombies out. And then there was like big log spikes. I didn't really use them all too much because they didn't do as much damage as the wooden spikes that we have now and had then. Like those wooden spikes have been around forever. They look different now, but they've been around forever. But like they were a lot sturdier, you know, and you could upgrade them further and stuff. So if you wanted to make like a pit of death, you know, then like a pitfall with spikes at the bottom, like the regular wood spikes that we have now, they work for like 2 zombies, and then those 2 zombies will break them all by the time they're dead. But with those big wooden log spikes, you could do it, and you could actually have a very reliable pitfall that would last a good while, especially if you like fully upgraded those bitches. They were some sturdy bitches, man. I tell you what. And I think they did become more damaging at higher upgrade tiers and higher materials like steel and iron and stuff. But I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been a few years. But it just does go to show how far along they've come. And the variety of zombies is considerably greater. Like the spider zombies are still there. They seem to behave a little differently. There's still the big dudes in the wife beater shirts. They're still around. You've still got the cheerleader zombies, although they're slated for removal, as I understand it. Them and football player zombies, which I kind of get the football player zombies. They happen to be wearing football gear, so they fucking run at you like you got the football. I mean, they're tough though. They're definitely a challenge, but they're not exactly the most immersive zombie. Cop zombies were there back in the day, and they're still around, and they still behave the same way, more or less. They're more capable, more dangerous now. But you know, so how is the base building then if they've like kind of streamlined and taken away some of the defenses? It isn't bad. It's not good. I'd like to see more defenses. But at the same time, like while they've taken away a lot of primitive defenses, they have added a lot of base defenses. But a lot of them rely on electricity, which wasn't even a thing back in A13. You know, you can get like SMG turrets and shotgun turrets. Now I've got a game I'm running with my friend, and I've got some shotgun turrets posted up around our house, hooked up to a switch that is then powered. The switch is powered, so when you flip the switch on, the turrets are powered. And I've tested this with zombies by leading them to the shotgun turrets, and they get like right up on them. And the shotgun turrets, they have ammo, but they just kind of look at them. So I tried locking the ammo, and they still just kind of look at them. So I'm not sure what's up with that. That may very well be just a bug that's like cursing my own save or something. It could be a bug with the fact that I bought the shotgun turrets instead of crafting them. I don't know. But the reality is that they're not doing anything except for wasting gas via my generator. So that said, there are things that are imperfect. There's also SMG turrets. They're the same thing. It's just gun turrets, you know. Just one's for close range, one's for long range. Medium range, rather. But, like, the Horde Night itself has definitely been improved. The biggest thing, though, that came with A19 would be the lighting. The lighting changes are night and day. Like, this game actually does look pretty now. It didn't before, but it does now. You know, like, the lighting, I've been saying this a long time, lighting will make or break your scene in a game, you know? Like, a game can go from looking low budget and kind of cheap and kind of crappy to looking very high budget and and looking like it has like very top of the line graphics just from lighting alone. And I think a perfect example of that is Minecraft, actually, because if you look at Minecraft normally, like, it's fine, whatever, the lighting's not bad or anything, it's just, you know, it's there, and it's functional and stuff, but then you look at Minecraft with ray tracing on, and it's just a night and day difference. It's like a whole different experience, you know? So, like, that's an extreme example, of course, but it's a good example to really drive that point home that lighting will make or break your experience in a game, whether you realize it or not. Lighting can make mediocre graphics look better. Like, mediocre textures look better. So the new lighting in this game is phenomenal. It seems to behave similarly to how lighting actually works in real life. Like, the game takes into effect that the sun is the light source, and like that from there it beams down that light, and the shadows react accordingly. The same thing goes for torches or for light bulbs or anything like that you've got going on, which is really cool, and it looks really good. And honestly, I don't know if they could have gotten a better lighting setup without just going straight up ray tracing on this. Which, fun tips, ray tracing. Flip the RTX switch on, my dudes. There's like considerably better, more capable RTX cards out now, so get on it. Like, come on, man. Ray tracing would make this game look great. But with that said, there's still like unnecessary lighting going on. Like, as you can see with the Horde Night that we'll be experiencing here, you can kind of still see everything pretty well. Like, the moon is quite bright, unreasonably so. It used to be that you needed like torches and spotlights and all kind of shit hooked up wherever you're hunkering down for the Horde so that you can see what the hell's going on. Headlamps, everything. Now, you don't really need any of that, you know? Like, it's nice, but like if you're just looking outside, like I am in my little Horde house, that's it. That's like all you need. You don't need artificial light at all. And that's saying a lot. Like, it's a night and day difference, you know? Like, I mean, and there's night vision goggles now too, which is cool. That's like definitely a pretty cool little add-on. I feel like with like stuff like night vision goggles and you know, the silencers that have been in the game for a long time that I'm convinced aren't fully functioning as intended quite yet, because I've never once been able to kill a sleeping zombie with a silencer on my weapon without waking up all the other zombies in the vicinity, unless I would be able to do it with a non-silenced weapon. Because like there have been times that I've been like sneaking around and I got like a gun out or whatever, like a shotgun or something, and I'll just blast a zombie. And there's like other zombies in the room that like either they didn't hear it or they don't care. And I'm gonna lean towards they don't care because like they fucking heard it. Shit's loud. Shotguns are kind of loud. But yeah, so like I feel like the silencers aren't working fully. But I do feel like the night vision goggles are a nice addition to the idea of building in the proper tools and equipment for somebody to play a proper stealth build if they want to. And that's a good option to have. A lot of people like playing stealth games. Look at Metal Gear Solid. That game was great. Up until after Kojima left. But, you know, like, it just goes to show, though, stealth games definitely have a market, you know. And games like this, or like, hell, even like Grand Theft Auto or something, have, you know, stealth mechanics built in, and there's a lot of people that really like that stuff. And these stealth mechanics and stuff that are built into, like, all these random games draw in that particular crowd. So I think that if the Fun Pimps fully flesh out their stealth mechanics here, they might be onto something, honestly. And honestly, I do think that this game is worth getting and supporting, even though it's been in early access for literally 7 years. You know, it's not bad, and it is multiplayer. It's intended to be multiplayer, honestly. You know, and like, see, here's the thing: in this game, you wake up in the nude. Just in some boxers, or, you know, booty shorts if you're playing a lady, you know, like, and at the end of the day, you start with basically nothing. You got like one thing of food, you got like one thing of water, you know. You don't have any tools, you don't have any weapons, you gotta make all that shit, you know, so like it's a grind, and the first few nights are rough, especially the first Horde night if you haven't gotten shit together to get prepared. But yeah, no, this is a good game, and it is fun to play with friends, and with friends, mind you, let's say you've got a friend that you would play a zombie game with. This game's $25 to buy it for yourself, right? But if you want to buy 2 copies of it so you can give one to a friend, it's $40. That's awesome. That's $5 off for each of you. So, like, with that said, there's really no reason not to do it, not to get the game and play it with your bros or your friends or whatever. You know, play with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or just whatever. There's a lot of ways you can play this game with people, and it's fun. And you know what? There's so many customization options for your world. You can set how often the Horde is. I set the Horde to every day just to record this video to guarantee a Horde night so I can get footage of it. Because, you know, it's like the draw of the game. So I'm gonna say this, though. There's more than what I've shown. There's more than what I've said. There is definitely more to this game. There's more different kind of zombies that I didn't cover. You see most of the kind of zombies that you're gonna see frequently in my Horde, but we didn't see any. We didn't like actually see any cops, but they were there. The cops launched their puke bombs from quite a distance. They lay siege, while the other zombies get in close melee and storm the gate. You know, like the fat cop zombies, those guys are more like catapults during Horde night. But what we didn't see is demolishers, thankfully, because the Horde night would have been pretty short if we did, I think. I don't think the Horde house that I have is properly equipped for ye oldie demolishers, because they blow up and they do a ton of block damage and obviously a ton of character damage. Like, they're a pain in the butt, man. They're rough. In Alpha 18, they would show up super early in the game stage, And that was just like so frustrating. Because like if you don't take care of those guys effectively and from quite a distance, then 2 or 3 of them, they'll take your whole house down. And you with it. But I digress. The game's got a lot of positive reviews. I have a positive review, but I think it's good. I think it's a very solid game. And yeah, that's really all there is to say, in my opinion. You know, buy it for a friend. Buy a 2-pack. Get 2 other friends to buy a 2-pack. Play together. Have fun. That's what it's all about, right? So, with that said, I think it's a pretty decent time to call it quits on this particular video here. It's running quite long. I have quite a bit to say about this game, plus I wanted to talk again about the microphone situation. So, there's a lot to say, you know. So any of you guys are still sticking around, I appreciate you. You know, I appreciate the time. So, but yeah, with that said, I think that this will be the end of this video. So thank you guys for coming along on this journey and hunkering down with me to fight off the hordes. We're gonna keep doing that. We're gonna keep hunkering down here and pushing forward with this channel, no matter what. With that said, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, or hit that bell if you feel like it. Or dislike if you feel like that. Smash that dislike button, dude, I don't care. Go ahead and do it, and I will fucking see you all later.